Welcome dart players one and all. Today on Straight to the Point we're going to be taking a quick look at the throwing action of Richie Burnett. And with his recent rise to form, I think it's only fair to take a quick look at his rather unorthodox throwing style. And as always, we'll start by having a quick look at his positioning on the hockey, which is very central. You can see the eye going straight down the centre of the hockey, and the arm goes right down the line he's aiming at. Very good alignment. And a nice bit of swagger there as well from Burnett. He's not standing completely side on. The side of the little toe to the hockey. Look at that head movement on the second dart. The first dart was so well thrown, and then the dartitis tends to get a little bit worse on the second and third dart. Really kicks that head. Always aims into that right eye. Very right eye dominant. That's never changed, and the grip's always been the same as well. We'll get a close-up of that in a moment. But there is a huge amount of body movement. If we just take a look at this clip from the World Championship, when he didn't actually play very well, you see the elbow lifted quite a little bit more than it normally does with him during this game, so the release looked a little bit late. And look at that movement. That is absolutely crazy. The dart's only now hitting the board and he's done all that. But if you look again, that movement is pretty much happening only after he lets the dart go. So even on this throw, even though he wasn't playing great, look at how still the rest of his body is now. So it's just the arm that moves until it's straight. And there you go. That's lovely and still. Nothing has moved until the dart has found that position. Then after this position he goes crazy, as we just saw. In fact, let's just take a look at it again, because it is really wild. And loads of players couldn't get consistent with that. It's very hard to feel when you've had good clarity in the throw. But lucky Richie's a very natural dart player. He's been playing a very long time. And all this movement is just remnants from when he had dartitis. He's learned to play with dartitis. He hasn't fully got rid of it. And that's what you have to do with dartitis for most players. You just learn to play with it. You can always see when someone's had it. And he's now got it to the point where it's only affecting him after the dart has gone, which is fantastic. And it's a huge achievement. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing. When you've got it that bad, a lot of dart careers end. If you look at him at his best though, it's just the wrist moving. The elbow's so still. Draw the wrist back, flick the wrist up and over. That is perfect. That is exactly where I like to coach. Everything from the wrist and the fingers. Nice low elbow. Just use the wrist and the fingers. You won't see a dart thrown better than that. There's a reason he was one of the best players in the world. Maybe the best player on his day. I personally think he was. And a lot of others do as well. And again, look how still this elbow is now. Just nice and low. And by here you can see there's two little frames in that shot. One where he's just about to let go of the dart, and one when the dart should have been released by. And there's not a lot of movement on either. And then after he lets the dart go, it's still next to nothing. It's only till it's level with the shoulder. The shoulder's not moving, the arm's not kicking up in the air at all. That's a beautiful, simple way to throw a dart. That's what John Lowe used to teach back in the early 80s if you watch his videos. And it's what the best players in the world are still doing today. And if you look at the timing of that throw, there's a lovely short drawback, nice pause at the end of it, flick the wrist, let the arm drop level. That's brilliant timing. And so with Richie Burnett's throw, as you can see, it's changed a lot over the years, especially after he lets the dart go. But two things that haven't changed. One is the grip. It's a very classic grip with the thumb pointing back to him, using the knuckle of his first finger and then one finger on the point. And the next thing is his ability to enjoy himself.
When I throw my third dart like my uncle's off his socket, I'm a former world champ though, you can't really knock it. Same dart throw despite this new chapter, and I still ground the hockey like a velociraptor. Friday night I went for Chinese at 7 or 8, still wearing my slippers. How long could it take? Sunday lunch I'm in the pub, still with my chicken oriental, been on the smash for 2 days cause I'm flipping mental. Then in slums the missus, seems in a hurry, sat in my slippers with a 2D or curry, tip Sunday dinner on my head, nice bit of pork, and the first thing I said was, what, no knife and fork? Even on stage I'm just playing dart, I'll be having a good and having a laugh. I'm a bigger world sports star than Gareth Bale, I'm Richie Burnett and I'm the Macklin's away.
Pint and a game of darts with Richie Burnett. That is on my bucket list, I tell you. What a character. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching Straight to the Point. Please remember to like and leave a comment. And as always, subscribe if you love the darts.